Let's now work on the left arm. We're going to animate the left arm similar to how we animated the right, only this time we're going to offset it slightly from the right, and this is so we can avoid twinning. And that's where movement pretty much happens at the same time, and that can really hurt good animation by taking away from not only the appeal factor of the movement of that object, but also the believability as well. So by offsetting it, even by 1 or 2 frames or so, we'll be able to add not only the realism look to the object, or to the arm in this case, but also make it look more interesting than if we were to have them move at the same time. So we'll bring back our curves, and the first off, remember, we'll go to our global move control, show our right or left arm and left hand, and once they're shown, we'll want to select our left arm RK and our left wrist because we need to delay our keys here so that the hands will stay planted longer. Okay, so let's get even more of a range. Our range slider. Let's increase the range. We'll go into our perspective and graph view too, and let's hit F to frame our F curves, and we'll select this range from frames 50 all the way to our last key. And let's move these keys down so that the first key now lies on 61, just 1 frame offset from the right. And now what we get is the character's hands planted longer, but of course we need to work on the translate Y, having the hand stand on the or rest on the crate for a bit longer before the character pushes off. So now we can go to our arm IK control for the left arm, go to our translate Y, and we'll go to frame 69, just a 1 frame offset from the right arm, and we'll just translate the arm up here. Okay, we'll get a better view of our F curve, and let's see how it looks as we translate, or as we move or scrub back and forth. Okay, so we could actually take this key on 69 and bring it down some more to fix the look of the push off. Okay, so that's looking better. Now once we've done that, we could go ahead and move on to animating the Translate Z. So we'll go to the Translate Z channel in our Graph Editor Outliner, hit F, and begin. We want to focus on the speed at which the arm is coming back. Okay, so let's hit play to get a feel of how it's looking now. Alright, so it's looking pretty good, but it is coming back a little bit too fast right now. So let's delay this key on frame 81. Let's move it down a few frames. So it now lies on 83. Okay, and what we'll also do is move it back some more, just like what we did with the right. Okay, so about there. And we'll hit play to check out how it looks. Alright, great, that's looking better. Okay, now as the arm is coming up, as the arm should come up, rather than going to about frame 80 or 98, let's offset it 2 frames this time. And on frame 100, we'll bring the arm forward. Okay. And then on frame 103, very slightly back. Great. And then we could even adjust our tangency here on 103. But let's see how this looks. We'll go ahead and hide our curves and hit play. Alright, so that's looking pretty good so far for the Translate Z, having that slight offset. So once we've done that, we can now bring our focus more to the Translate Y. So go there, hit F, and as the arm is coming down, remember when it gets to about the character's side, I'm going to want it to pretty much move down some more. So on, let's say on about frame 80, what we'll do is just take this key on 81 and move it down 1 frame to the left, and then we'll also pick that key up some so there's a slight bend in the arm there. Then as the arm's coming up, it'll still be near locked here. So what we'll do on frame 88 is bring down the arm some more, Then we can adjust our tangency to get a better flow. Alright, great. Now his arm's coming up. Let's say we go to about frame 99, and we'll bring up our character's arm here. And not as much as the right. We can even offset the values. Don't want to use the exact values. So bring it up maybe a bit more. Great. And then on 103, we'll want to go ahead and bring it down. Okay. Now we can adjust our tangency here on 103. And we'll hit play to see how this looks. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Of course, on about this area here, we're going to want to go to translate the arm forward. So let's do that. We'll just take this key on frame 100 and let's move it up to fix the pose. Okay, so that's looking better. Maybe even a little bit more. Get a nice flow here. And then as the arm's coming back, we'll need to take this key on 103 and bring it up some more to fix the flow there. Okay, and then we can adjust the tangency some more. Alright, great. We do have the arm locking up quite a bit here on 103, so we can adjust the translate Y. But before we even get to that, let's see how the flow looks here as the arm's coming back up. And we don't want to always rely, again, on our workspace, so let's actually do a play blast for that. So we'll make sure our left arm, we have a nice view for it, and render one off. How about from this angle? Here it is. Okay, so it's coming along, but as we can see, we've got a little bit more work to do before we can call the follow through to the arm completed. But that finishes this lesson right now. In the next lesson, we will finish up the movement of the left arm, and we'll also animate the shoulder. Okay, so that's what we're going to bring our focus on coming up next.